Hey guys, it's Kat and I'm here with Chris from ChefSteps. Today we're going to explore sous vide. What exactly is sous vide? How does it work?
So sous vide actually really can trace its history back to the early 60s in Sweden as a way of improving the hospital food, if you can believe that.
No way.
It was then repopularized, however, by the French. Sous vide, really, in my mind, is about the control of heat. The water is at 145 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, as the food sits in it, it can't get any hotter. Eggs, the temperature you cook them at, the temperature you bring them up to, determines the texture you're gonna get. It's not about the time, it's not about a 3-minute egg or a 4-minute egg, it's actually what temperature did the yolk ultimately reach. If it gets a little bit too hot, it would be overdone. But since the water's at 145, and since we want the yolk to be at 145, there's no risk of overcooking, and that's why we can just let it hang out. So this is actually our riff on a famous dish called the L'Arpege egg, which is served by Alain Passard at his restaurant in Paris. Traditionally, it's a poached egg yolk served in its shell with a bit of whipped cream, maple syrup, sherry vinegar, a little bit of fleur de sel, some chives. It's fantastic. What we wanted to do is replace the whipped cream with a whipped fried egg white, because with that breakfast egg, I really like the flavor of the fried egg white. So let's see here, I hope you're hungry.
I am definitely hungry.
So we have some egg yolk that was cooked sous vide at 145 Fahrenheit. So I'm gonna start out with just a little bit of the yolk here. Give it a little seasoning with some salt. Tamarind orange syrup, not too much. To finish this, I'm gonna take a fried egg white foam. We've taken the egg white and we've fried it in a pan, and then we've blended it up, and you can see, just package it up to keep it warm.
Cool.
Once that's done, I just added this to a whipping siphon, pressurized it up with some charges.
Okay.
Give it a good shake. I'm just gonna fill this up a little gently at first. There you go. A little bit of Indian spice, a little shot masala powder. Why don't you have the bite? Now, I really recommend you dig all the way down to get some of that jammy egg yolk. Try to get a little of everything in one bite.
This is delicious. This is incredible.
We really like to understand how our food cooks so that we can manipulate the textures and try to create the best of all worlds of the things we love about the perfect fried egg, but also, you know, not the things we don't like. None of the rubberiness or chewiness or overdone egg whites or overcooked egg yolks, sort of getting everything at once.
Sure. I like food that makes me think, and this is a dish that it does taste like a traditional fried egg, but you eat it and the textures are completely different. And I think that's what makes it really, really special, and I understand why sous vide is such a great technique, because I can't think of another way that you could possibly cook these components and end up with this result.
So there's another way we present this actually at ChefSteps. So because we're big nerds and we have robots, we actually serve this as what we call a henna egg, or the henna breakfast egg. So the chaat masala, the tamarind orange syrup is sort of a play on some of the flavors of India. So we wanted to decorate the shell with sort of the traditional patterns of henna art. So we use a robot to do this. It's actually called the Egg Bot.
That's amazing. I kind of want one.
Well, this one's mine.
Cheers.
They called themselves ChefSteps, and their videos awakened dormant cooks the world over. A community of badass cooks bent on building a future where cooking was king.